Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. Oh, I thought that was Wakanda Forever, but
No, I love you.
yeah,
The
that
rest
makes
of the
more
song.
sense.
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday. Always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And together this week we are looking at a poem from the third anthology of our high school collection of my high school collection analogy of life. Dave, sorry I said "are" there.
Yeah, I didn't write any of this garbage.
Yeah, we should just put that disclaimer up front.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, but what you have written,
yes.
you share with us now.
This is a poem called Such a Fan. The prequels are trash. The new ones are bad. Solo was a car crash. The originals are rad. Rogue One was decent if it hadn't been so recent. 3 for 20 seems a bit rash.
3 for 20?
Mm-hmm.
There aren't 20 movies.
Oh, no, there's not 20 movies. But there's the TV shows and
Sure.
the cartoon series and...
So
yeah.
You're counting the original 3.
Yep.
And nothing else.
Well, no. So this is not my perspective.
Oh,
this is me
interesting.
being frustrated with people.
Okay.
Because the prequels, for those who are uninitiated, we're talking Star Wars here.
Yeah, sorry, we really just jumped right in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we just finished the Obi-Wan series.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I thought it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I read so many reviews of people who were like, oh, it's terrible. It just destroys everything good set up in the prequels, even though the prequels were terrible. And so, like, it's these Star Wars fans who hate the prequels and hate the new movies and hate Rogue One and Solo and hate the TV shows and hate the books. And it's just like, you're not... Like, I don't want to be a gatekeeping kind of person.
Sure.
But when you're saying, I love Star Wars is so important to me, you like 3 movies out of 20 pieces of IP.
Mm.
You're not a Star Wars fan. You just don't like Star Wars. That's fine. That's okay. But don't tell me that all of these other ones are trash. It's like, no, I like Star Wars, and these movies fit with what Star Wars is.
Yeah. I mean, let's be clear. Rise of Skywalker was not a good movie.
No, but at the same time, it had lightsabers and the Force. And so I have watched it a couple of times, and it's a Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
so I can get some enjoyment out of it. I'm not going into Star Wars imagining like, oh, this is going to be on the Criterion Collection, or this is, AFI's Top 100. No, these are Star Wars movies. It's about magical people in the sky. Also, I mean, the original trilogy, not the best.
No, Return of the Jedi.
Right? Like, it's... I love them. I love them so much, but yeah, they're not actually that great.
Return of the Jedi used to be my favorite as a kid. And then rewatching it a couple years ago, it doesn't hold up that well.
Yeah.
But I have a similar place in my heart for Star Wars. I like the space wizards and the lasers and the pew pew and all that stuff.
Pew pew.
So I'm behind. I haven't even finished Boba yet. So
we didn't do Book of Boba Fett yet.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
You're jumping out of order then.
I know, but Ewan McGregor.
I've heard great things. Yeah, we've talked about Ewan McGregor on the show.
He's awesome.
But no,
even though he was in one of the trashiest movies in all of human history, Les Mis. Dear listeners, Aaron's brain just a little bit exploded.
Yeah, because you're trying to troll me with Moulin Rouge, but then you went...
No!
Then you went with Les Mis, which is a bad movie.
I went with a different French movie.
Bad movie adaptation. Anyway, you got yourself in the mindset of a Star Wars troll, and now you're just trolling me.
Right? That's what I'm here for.
Also, I'm really glad that our podcast isn't that popular. Otherwise, you would have brought the wrath of the most caustic fandom.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Of science nerdery those people, I mean, Star Wars fans are bad.
They're very mean.
And again,
They're very mean.
Like you said, most of them aren't really fans.
Right.
Yeah. Enjoy the anger. It's angertainment. Or what is that? What is that? Is that the new coined term?
If it's not, I like angertainment. That's pretty good.
It's someone. I'm not taking credit for that. Someone is taking
outrageducation. I think that's it.
That sounds like you. That is.
That's me being as dumb as I can be.
Outrageducation is like, that sounds like the mission statement of PragerU.
Correct. You are correct, sir. Absolutely nailed it. Outrageducation. That's perfect.
Okay. Well, Dave.
Proud of you.
Unlike that perfect bit of insight, I bring to us today a poem from the third anthology and the Wolf Journal. Again, we have returned to the pages of the book that started it all. And as we have returned to the pages, we are also returning to some themes. I think we talked about this back with Analogy of Life, the first episode of this season. This is at the time when I'm typing poems for the first two, and I'm starting to write complementary or I'm building off of ideas from my previous poems. All this to say is this one is titled Silence 2.
Okay. So just before we get into this, is this a re-examining or like a rebuttal to what you previously said? Or is this just you being boring?
Well, we'll have to dig in and find out. I think, well, I'll bring up Silence again, and we can compare and contrast.
We don't have to. That's okay.
Thoughts,
we can just leave that. We don't have to go.
Are you sure? I mean, that was our fourth episode ever, Dave. I'm sure we've kind of forgotten about it.
Again, I do my best to block these out.
Okay. Well, Silence 2, Roman numerals 2.
Yikes.
Yep.
Capital or lowercase?
Capitalize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a monster.
I would have respected you more if you did lowercase.
Are you kidding me?
Really, right now, I'm still in that troll mood. This is going to be an interesting episode.
You can't. You've put yourself in the mindset of a troll to write that poem. You are a method writer.
Oh, I was gonna say jerk, but method writer sounds nicer.
Yeah. Both and. Okay. Silence. Yeah. Silence 2. Oh gosh. Silence is music to the mind. It is a constant melody, as ideas are the lyrics. Thoughts mesh and make sense, for without silence, noise would never exist.
It was short. I like it.
Now, do you like it because it was short, or
yes, as its redeeming quality?
It's a short one. It's a short one.
Okay, now I'm channeling, what are they called? Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets. It was dumb. It was short. I loved
it. I honestly don't remember what I wrote for Silence. Oh gosh. Yeah, this one is I'm definitely just riffing off the same idea. Okay, so for those of you who either did not listen all the way back, you're welcome. But Silence, episode 4 of our first season, when we didn't know how to record or do this that we are doing.
Still don't.
Silence goes like this. Silence is when no sound breaks the air, when the ear does not hear but can still listen.
It's short. I loved it.
Yeah. Hey, so Silence 2 actually has one more line. It's building on the idea.
So it's terrible. Never mind. It was long. I hated it.
So do you agree that silence is music to the mind?
No.
Okay. Well, we've got that.
I am the type of person who struggles with silence. I do not like silence. It is not music to the mind. It is torture to the mind.
Would you like it in a car? Would you like it near or far?
I've tried it, Aaron. I am. I'm not gonna like it.
You messed up this rhyme scheme.
Yup.
Also, this whole premise for without silence, noise would never exist.
Yeah, you're trying to sound deep there, but like that's
Yeah, that's kind of like that. Darkness is so that you can see the light or something.
yeah.
That kind of like
But like that one
nonsense.
actually makes more sense. Like that
Sure.
one, like they're they are opposed rather than just being less of one thing.
Less of noise is still noise, Dave. Silence is diametrically opposed to noise. The silence of a vacuum is utter silence. Any hum
Yeah,
is a noise.
you're a noise. You're not technically wrong.
So we have two diametrically opposing forces here, and without one, you would not know the other. Silence is it's the constant melody as ideas are the lyrics.
What? No, parse that for me, because what I'm hearing is silence is like music, and your thoughts are like the words, so you're singing your thoughts to the nothingness.
Yeah, I think you nailed that. I think I think I was being very internal here, Dave. I was working through my thoughts. I
Okay.
was thinking silence is that like your brain's just not it functions on a level of no thoughts, but then when you have an idea, no, I can't even dig out of this one.
No, you're really trying, though. That's impressive.
Yeah.
But you can sit in silence and have your thoughts, but you can also sit in noise and have your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm pretending as if like ideas, like even the sound within your head, like your internal thoughts,
Are
is a
noise.
is a noise to you, which makes no sense.
You're creating brain waves, and those waves can fluctuate through a medium of some form and create a sound. It's unhearable to us, but it's all the sound we cannot hear.
Well, so I actually had this discussion with my secretary this week.
Okay.
Why is it we can hear our thoughts, Dave?
Well, when you're hearing things, you're not actually hearing those things. It's your brain processing movement in your ear. Like it's not a direct path, so it travels the same path that your hearing goes. Like it's just a signal in your brain that is the same signal as from your eardrum.
So it's processed in the same center,
Yeah.
like your thought process and your hearing.
Well, your auditory thought process, but like
I
your
mean, yeah, there's like
subconscious thoughts, no.
right, right.
Breathe, breathe,
That's the
breathe,
pituitary,
breathe.
right? Pituitary gland.
Nope.
Dang it.
I have
That's
no idea. I don't. That's for
really
some reason I'm not a neurologist.
Dave.
I'm a pastor, remember?
But Dave, you
Yeah.
you read science magazines. I saw them when we lived together.
Yep. They were in the bathroom.
Yep. Well, no, that makes sense. So with that in mind, that silence that we experience in life, it's the tapestry on which we compose our thoughts.
I feel like you're trying to be more poetic, but fundamentally just like not communicating as clearly because of the poeticism.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just looking over at Silence 3.
Oh my gosh, you can't do this to me, buddy.
And I'm debating if we should just launch into that or if we save that for another episode because
I don't know if I have the brain space to deal with Silence 3.
well, so here's the deal, Dave.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
in the third season. It's a shorter anthology. What we have left after
Is
Silence
garbage.
2
Yep, I agree.
is Silence 3, My Words, and then an untitled poem which has the first word is silence.
You better bring me some frickin' cake.
Yeah, I mean, it just says I mean, the word silence is the first word of the poem, but it's untitled. I think it's trying to mirror. Oh, we can get into that later. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, so we only have three more writings to work off of my stuff. Now I
Oh,
know
wow.
I know we have other people waiting in the wings to record with us. It's just hard when people live so freaking far away. Or can't record on a Friday afternoon. Like, what kind of monsters
Yeah.
are they?
Oh, how rude of them to have like a person job. Or, unlike us, a life.
Who doesn't have their Friday afternoons at 1 o'clock wide open? Needless to say, we're going to stretch this. We're going to do Silence 3 next time so you can recover from this profound poem that has clearly blown your mind.
Profane. You mispronounced profane.
I wouldn't put it past me.
That is within the realm of possibility that you meant to say profane, but you mispronounced it so badly.
Yes.
I feel like in Silence 1, you were, how do I say it? You were less sure of things. And somehow in Silence 2, you really think you figured it out.
Yeah, I feel like that is exactly right. I think like I feel like I have cracked the code.
Right?
And oh gosh, Dave, we're back to my definitional phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just silence is. I'm saying this without like it's not a musing about silence. It's not like what is the mystery of silence? It's like here's silence. It's music. It's a melody. It's where thoughts make sense. And without silence, you got no noise. Ha ha.
Haha.
Yeah.
Without silence, you got no noise is almost the opposite of the definition of silence. Like you literally couldn't be more wrong. That's impressive.
Yeah. Because I think you could almost argue the reverse. Without the concept of noise, we would not know of silence.
Yes.
However, the opposite, that's a much steeper hill to climb.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
Yep. As we compose our thoughts over this melody of silence, Dave, let us answer the ultimate question. Good or garbage?
Okay. Have you ever been in a room with someone and you think the room is silent, but then the air conditioner shuts off and the air stops moving and you really experience that silence? And the silence is broken not by a sound, but by a smell. A smell that one could describe as silent but deadly. I'm saying your poem's a fart.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think if we listened back, I think that was our conclusion of the first one.
Man, I hope so. I hope that I have not ever thought of anything new, even by my own standard.
I love the picture you painted there, though.
Right? I thought you'd appreciate the picture that ended in a fart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna end we're gonna end this week. We're gonna end this week with the words of a true poet. This week coming to us from R.S. Thomas. This is called "But the Silence in the Mind." But the silence in the mind is when we live best, within listening distance of the silence we call God. This is the deep calling to deep of the psalm writer, the bottomless ocean. We launch the armada of our thoughts on, never arriving. It is a presence, then, whose margins are our margins, that calls us out over our own fathoms. What to do but draw a little nearer to such ubiquity by remaining still?
See, exploring silence as like a character itself in our life. That's interesting. Describing just silence, less so. Is that the silence we were waiting for?
Yeah, I was composing my thoughts.
No, you weren't.
What? This has been my bad poetry.
No, go write some of your own bad poetry.
Oh, worst one yet. Worst one yet.
Worst one yet. I'm proud of us.
I am too.
We're very bad at this.
Rhyme or free doesn't matter. It's my bad poetry.